greatness is a bunch of small things done at a really high level. It is never a massive, singular event that changes your life overnight. It is not a sudden lightning bolt of inspiration that transforms a weak individual into a giant. True elevation is an accumulation of micro-victories. It is the fanatical obsession with details that the average person dismisses as irrelevant. When you look at an exceptional life, you are not looking at good luck. You are looking at an unyielding devotion to the mundane. You are looking at a master craftsman who took pride in the blocks nobody else would even bother to place. If you cannot execute the smallest task with absolute perfection, you have no right to expect the universe to hand you a grand destiny. Most people fail because they are constantly searching for a massive breakthrough while completely disrespecting the micro-disciplines. They want the podium, but they ignore the alarm clock. They want the masterpiece, but they refuse to pick up the brush unless they feel inspired. If you only perform when you feel like it, you are a slave to your emotions. You are letting your changing moods dictate your entire future. A life built on the foundation of convenience is destined to collapse the moment the storm arrives. Take pride in the small, agonizing disciplines. Take pride in waking up at 3 a.m, 6 days out of the week, instead of just 3. Anyone can struggle out of bed early a few times a week when they have a deadline or a burst of temporary motivation. But what do you do when the novelty wears off? What do you do on day 4, day 5, and day 6, when the body is screaming for rest and the darkness outside is absolute? That is where the separation happens. The individual who dominates their life does not negotiate with a mattress. They don't look at the clock and calculate how many hours of sleep they missed. They hit the floor because their standards demand it. They understand that winning the dawn is the first prerequisite to winning the day. Look at your environment. Make your bed every single morning, instead of only when you feel like it or when someone is coming over. The state of your bed is a direct reflection of the state of your mind. If you leave your room in chaos, you are carrying chaos into the world. You are telling your subconscious mind that details do not matter, that slack is acceptable, and that close enough is good enough. A sloppy environment breeds a sloppy mind. When you tighten up the canvas of your immediate surroundings, you are setting a boundary against mediocrity. You are declaring that order, precision, and discipline rule your space. It is a daily declaration of self-respect. The same rule applies to your physical temple. Stick to your workout 5 days a week, every single week, instead of just when you magically find the time. You do not find time for excellence. You make it. You carve it out of your schedule with a blade. If you treat your health like an afterthought, your energy will treat your goals like an afterthought. When you step into the gym on a day when you are exhausted, when your mind is full of stress, and you execute the plan anyway, you are doing far more than lifting weights. You are lifting the trajectory of your character. You are teaching your brain that its excuses mean absolutely nothing to your execution. Do not neglect the spiritual and mental armor. Read your religious devotional books daily, instead of just some days when you need a rescue. A warrior does not clean his weapon only when the enemy is at the gates. He maintains it every single day so that it never jams in the heat of battle. Consistency in your spiritual study grounds you. It aligns your compass. It reminds you of who you are and what you stand for before the world has a chance to tell you who you should be. If your spiritual connection is intermittent, your strength will be intermittent. Feed your mind with eternal truth every single morning, without exception, so that the daily noise of society cannot corrupt your vision. Think about the way water cuts through solid rock. It does not do it through raw power. It does it through persistence. One drop, after another drop, after another drop, completely unwavering, completely relentless. The rock has no choice but to yield to the consistency of the water. Your obstacles are no different. They will not yield to a single burst of frantic energy. They will yield to the daily hammer of your routines. You must internalize the ancient truth that we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. If you are sloppy with your diet, you will be sloppy with your finances. If you shortcut your workouts, you will shortcut your business contracts. How you do anything is how you do everything. There are no isolated compartments in your character. The weakness you allow to fester in one corner of your life will eventually bleed out and poison every single thing you touch. If you allow yourself to slide on the small things, you are training yourself to fold on the big things. The modern world is obsessed with the concept of being seen. Everyone wants the recognition, the praise, and the applause. But the true battle is fought entirely in the dark, when absolutely nobody is watching. True discipline is keeping the promises you made to yourself when the enthusiasm of the initial decision has completely faded. It is holding yourself to a standard that is higher than anyone else could ever expect of you. When you look in the mirror at the end of the day, you should know, deep in your soul, that you did not leave a single ounce of effort on the table. You should know that you executed every micro-discipline with the precision of a surgeon. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop hoping for an easier path. An easy path never created a dangerous mind. An easy path never forged a spirit that could withstand the heavy burdens of life. Seek out the friction. Embrace the heavy lifting. Be thankful for the early mornings, the brutal workouts, and the repetitive tasks that test your patience. Those are not obstacles. Those are the weights you need to lift to build the architecture of your greatness. Every single day is an audit. The universe is watching to see if your actions align with your ambitions. If you say you want to change the world, but you cannot even change your alarm settings, you are living a delusion. If you say you want to build a legacy, but your daily habits are weak, you are lying to yourself. Break the cycle of half-hearted efforts. No more some days. No more when I have time. No more when I feel like it. Lock in your execution. Take absolute pride in the unglamorous, invisible work. Wake up at 3 a.m, 6 days a week. Make your bed with military precision. Crush your workouts 5 days a week. Devote yourself to your spiritual growth daily. When you master the micro, the macro takes care of itself. You will look up one day and realize that the mountain you were trying to climb has become the foundation you are standing on. Build your fortress brick by brick, day by day, and become absolutely undeniable.